Dana Demaine from Industry 21, and I'm here with Esso and Hynaken today.
From Bagfuel.
What's up, Dana?
All right, it's great to have you here, guys. How's the vibe today? How you feeling?
I'm always the same.
Well, I'm in Zen mode. I've been hiking, switching up, fasting, so I'm feeling better.
Okay.
Long way to go.
Nice way to end the year. All
And
right.
start the new year.
Yes. All right, Esso is a Queens native, and Hynaken is from Brooklyn, through and through.
Yep.
What's the story behind the dynamic duo, and how did you guys team up for this podcast?
Ooh, she called us a dynamic duo. I like that. He knows everything.
Yeah, pretty much. Went to a Bryson Tiller concert. I didn't want to go. One of my family members works very close with Bryson Tiller. And something happened with his credit card where everything was frozen. He's just like, can I borrow like a shit ton of money? I said, all right, I'll bring it to you. He didn't tell me where I was going. And it was Radio City Music Hall. I was like, motherfucker. But anyways, to speed it up, I see Esso and Clue. And you know, DJ Clue doesn't do a lot of interviews. So at the time I'm at This Is 50, and I'm like, yo, this would be a dope sit down. And the way that environment was at the Bryson Tiller concert, anybody that was with anybody was people of importance. So when I saw him with him, I'm like, this is an important person. That's where Clue, I already knew, I gotta speak to you to get to Clue. I understood the protocol, and then the interview didn't materialize because Clue is so busy. But Esso was like, I'm gonna make it happen. I just thought that was industry talk.
Yeah.
And he called me like 9 months later. He's like, yo, you ready to do the interview? I'm like, yeah. And went to Power 105. And then that's when he saw the reaction when I came into Power 105, his mind started churning and he could take over the story from there.
So I was like, I didn't know people knew him. I didn't know anything about the online podcasting, YouTube, and interview world. I didn't know anything about it. So when people was coming to see him at the radio station, I was like, why they even care? I was like, why do they even care about who this guy is? So I started thinking about other ways to promote music because he knew radio people that I knew. He knew certain people that I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? So I approached him. I said, yo, why don't you let me manage you? And that was the original thing of what I was trying to do with him. But I was telling him, I said, I'll manage you. But I was like, you need your own show in order for me to be effective and manage you. So we started doing little things. I would book him to do stuff that he wasn't normally doing. Simple stuff, but he just wasn't like into it. Like, go here, they're gonna give you $500 and tweet while you're at the event. And I would be calling him like, yo, you're not tweeting enough. Like, they're calling me like, what are you doing? So, yeah, but this was 7 years ago, 6 years ago. I met him 7 years ago, so this was about 6 years ago. And I was like, you need to tweet, you gotta do it. So we would go back and forth. We always was the type of, we had the type of a relationship that we always would go back and forth with each other. Never agreed with each other, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, well, you need to do this, you need to do that, or whatever, but we maintained like really being friends, and we would talk on the phone, although we wasn't doing business with each other. So we would talk on the phone almost every day, and I would talk about business, and he would talk about stuff, and I'd be like, nah, that's not how that worked. It worked like this, and this is what you gotta do, and you gotta do that. And he would, and then finally, speed it up, I went to go do a podcast about the Clue lace when me and Clue was launching these laces. So he was like, yo, when you come out, tell me how you liked it. And I came out, I was like, yo, I was talking my shit, I murked that shit, huh?
Verbatim, he said it just like that.
I came out. I was like, yo, I probably could do radio with this shit. Yo, I love that shit. Like, I didn't think I was gonna like that. He was like, oh, for real, yeah? I said, yeah. He said, all right, so do a show with me. You said I need my own show, I'll do a show with you. And I was like, why the hell you wanna do a show with me?
And I told him, I said, because Bagfuel is literally our phone conversations now in front of the microphone in high Well, actually, the Bagfuel episodes are the watered-down version of our phone conversation. If they recorded our phone conversation, we would be doing 1 million views, like every episode. It's vulgar, it's way more intense, intimate too about the industry and how to maneuver. But I was just listening to him and I said, yo, you better than 90% of these fuckers. If we weaponize this, that's how I'm thinking. He didn't know. I was just like, he talk like this all the time? He dressed like this, he do this? We just gotta be on fucking camera, it's up. And to his credit, how I envisioned us to do the show wasn't his vision. So the professionalism of Bagfuel and the eliteness of how people view us is all his brainchild of how we maneuver, how we speak, how we carry ourselves in a business manner.
I'm good.
Yeah.
All right, so it's a question for you, Hynaken, all right?
What's up?
So you've graced platforms like thisis50.com.
Yep, hot new hip hop, oh, so many of them.
Are you still rocking with them, or is Bagfuel Podcast your main stage now?
Bagfuel, if out of 1,000% is 2,000%. This is just keeping it real. This is 50 is family. I do more things if needed, like behind the scenes, be like something on the website if it's need be. But Esso once told me, and even my man right here, he said it subtly, but it's the truth. You was there for a lot of years.
Yeah.
And after a while, people look at you like, you ain't doing shit, bro. So, and it's time for other people in that space.
Yeah, sometimes you find your own.
Nah, well, I was already doing interviews by myself.
Okay.
I had content, but then when I got into the This Is 50, I got swallowed up. No pun intended, but
Pause.
yeah. But they're family. I think we might be seeing them next month
Oh, nice.
and doing some business.
Okay, like a collab or something?
A little bit more sophisticated than
All
that.
right, okay, I see.
We've been having a lot of amazing meetings.
I love me.
I'm just the gavel, because Lord forbid.
Yo, he can't. It's hard for him to hold it, boy.
Lord forbid.
It's hard for him to hold it. Pause.
Because listen, I'm keeping it real. The next 2 weeks, I'm gonna call everyone's phone.
You can't say.
No, I'm not saying nothing.
Okay.
And if they don't answer, once 2024 hits, you can't call me.
I'm gonna tell you, I don't talk like this. Y'all better pick that man call up.
Cause nigga.
Pick that man.
But
man
this is
call
50's
up.
family. I don't do the content as much over there. But if we needed to do a collabo, we could.
All right. So Esso, one's for you. You've been seen on platforms as well, like 8 at the Table. Was this a guest stint, or were you still?
No, I was a part of the.
Like you still
Initially,
So you were a guest at first.
Initially, I was a guest, and then I was on it for 2 seasons straight. Last season was the first one that I wasn't on it in like 2 or 3 years.
yeah.
Okay. You plan on hopefully going back, or?
That's on them. I don't see.
Yeah.
I'm not like him. I don't leave platforms. He can stay there. He can stay there for a long time and then make his escape, start a new show, go on my expert opinion, go to Bagfuel.
Hot new hip hop, all hip hop. It's a lot. We've been on a lot of platforms.
That's not me. They just stopped calling me. That's the story of my life. Any platform that everybody wants to know why I'm not on the platform is because they stopped calling me. I don't want to stop getting paid or, you know what I'm saying,
Being
the money, but no, maybe they want to go in another direction. Like, I feel like it at the Table wanted to go in a younger direction. I wasn't young enough for them to sustain. Like, I'm cool with them too, but they didn't understand my star power neither. See, I know who I am. That's the thing that people don't gauge, and that's the thing that people think, oh, he must be on this. So I'm not on myself, but I know who I am. So, and I know what I bring to the table in every aspect of what I do. So when people just be like, they not gonna call me back, I'll be like,
Let me tell you something. The reason they don't call him back, right? I'm gonna tell you why. This is not intentional by him, but he's so great at getting his point across that on camera, there's really nobody that got W's against him.
I've never lost.
And it gets frustrating, especially for a lot of the feminists that want to really man bash, and he sits there and salutes women and men and makes him make sense. So it's almost, then they get mad because he's married. So they're like, he's not bitter, his wife looks great. Oh my God, so, and that's what happened, in my opinion.
And then, I mean, it could be various things.
Yeah.
Like, maybe they would want to bring me back. They know they can't pay me what they was paying me before.
Yeah.
Not right now.
Oh no, it's up, nigga.
And I'm not saying they can afford to pay me, but they're not gonna want. If they pay me, then they gotta pay the other people that's up there, and they can't give them that amount that they was giving them, and then pay me. So it causes a whole lot of things when they could have just kept me. You know what I'm saying? And then they would have been locked in.
All right. All right, so you both have a knack for getting celebs and athletes on your show. What's the magic behind snagging these high-profile interviews?
It's timing, effort, and good fortune. Sometimes what I learned, it's not two people getting guests at the same time. It'll be a wave of him, 99% is coming through him. Then out of nowhere, his work method is very deliberate. Mine is very passive. So I'll just sit there, he's like, I don't understand, you don't do shit. And these fucking home runs come to you. He's just like my pops, he's like, you're just lucky. You're just like when the pandemic hit, I got hit with all this extra money. He's like, how? But it's you gotta reach out. The show gotta also be hitting. You also gotta have great momentum with other guests. One of the formulas he came up with, because I was very into like the clickbait, I was very into the exotic titles. And he was like, if we make these artists feel comfortable and represent them, a lot of people will come to us.
Yeah.
And that's how I look at it. Writing great emails, but people don't respond to emails anymore. Getting a show booker as well.
He's leaving out the most important thing. It's the relationship. I've been in the music business for 20-something years. So even if I don't know them, somebody I know knows them.
Yeah.
All I ever said with me and him was, we just gotta show, improve, and perform. How we was gonna do that or what shot that we was gonna get, I ain't know, because I didn't understand the importance of guests. Even when we was on Math Show, and we had all them runs of guests, I would be like, why the hell we got all these guests on the show? I hated it. I would be like, yo, we the stars of the show. Why are we bringing the guests to be a star when we built this conversation up on this show? So I never was really the guest latent thing, because now, like, even with Bagfuel now, it's like, yeah, we making a lot of money on our YouTube, our subscribers is going up, but everybody want to see guests now. So now it's not good enough for just me and him to go talk shit, because they'll view us 10,000 views, but if we got AZ, we're getting 338,000 views. And more popular and more recognition.
It's about having a balance too, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to, you want to be able to, I think that the tricky part when you don't have guests, you got to talk about certain things and catch the timing properly and the subject matter, so you can, the algorithm can shoot you up more.
But you know what they don't do? They don't talk, like, my key to this is like, I talk from the heart. Right? And that's what people can see. That's how we got the relationship with Jim Jones. We went on, but we talked about topics that we know. People be going into this thing thinking about what are topics that other people want to hear, but that might not be a topic that you even know anything good about.
But here's the thing I always said to him. Because of our life experience and because we both took paths differently, perspective, there's just certain people they want to hear perspective from. We've worked our way that we're in that mode where, like when the whole Diddy thing happened, they wanted to hear what Joe Budden was going to say or academics is going to say. Now to be fortunate, Math, whoever, to say, I want to hear what Esso's going to say. I want to hear what Hynaken is going to say.
They didn't ask me.
Trust me.
They didn't ask me about Puff Daddy.
Listen,
because nobody would even want to hear probably what I would have to say. Plus, we don't have a platform that criticizes. If you understand, Joe Budden's is critical of people. He can be that way. That's him.
I think it's not about being critical. It's about looking behind a particular lens of things. Like when you came in and gave people the understanding of the business, they were like, hold up. This ain't just being critical. This is real deal information in real time while schooling the people that
They understood it when I did it. No,
but hold on. There's no great philosopher people understood in the beginning when I don't even want to say his name, but when he started going crazy, it takes time. People start saying, "Oh, I get what they're saying." There's nobody that came out the cannon speaking. That's like saying Dave Chappelle was this dude that.
That's my point. Now, what did it take for them to listen to me?
I don't know, like years of doing this and being right.
And everybody else would come on the show and say he knows what he's talking about.
But that makes sense. If you want to believe somebody's an expert, you have to see results. You're shocking the world because they've never heard behind the curtain what's going on. He's a hater. Then, oh no, this guy says, no, he's right. Guru, he's right. Hold on, all these legendary people that I'm fans of saying he's right? Whoa! I need cosigns. It's hard to stop a cosign. If Hove comes and Fifth says, yo, Esso and Hynaken know everything. Oh, yeah, they knew everything. Yeah, they're right.
Hove and Fifth, speak up. Put us in the driver's seat.
Yeah. So, what's up?
All right. So we kind of touched about how you guys met.
Yeah.
What really sparked the idea and actually really pushed Bagfuel podcast? What actually got it going?
Well, we actually said it was when I came out of the other podcast. He asked me to do the show.
Yeah.
Like our very first show that we put out went viral.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, see.
The very first one that nobody knew about us or anything. I didn't. Like I said, I didn't understand it. You know when I started to really understand the power of this thing? When we was on Math Show. Because I understood how far my voice could travel. Mm-hmm. But before, even though we were going viral, doing millions of views, even when we was on Math Show, we didn't get a lot of followers. Like, we don't do a show on somebody's show and then hundreds of thousands of followers just start coming in. That don't happen. So it's like the consistency of being available. That's me and Heineken's key. To how you make a mark is you be available. Now everybody's not going to be able to talk about everything. Mm-hmm. Like we've been blessed that I've lived it because I've lived longer than these other people is why I can talk about more stuff than a 30-year-old. Yeah. He can't. He hasn't been there yet. You know what I'm saying? So it's like an unfair advantage. And then we have the younger ear too, because we do different things for the younger crowd. Mm-hmm. So when they look at our demographic on other shows, even though we was on other popular shows, the demographics highest point was like 34 to 45. Ours is 25 to 34, which is unheard of.
Yeah.
How? So that's why I said you underestimate what star power is. Mm-hmm. Because a star can be 50 years old. Snoop Dogg is 50-something years old.
And he resonates.
Do young kids love Snoop Dogg? Damn right they do. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter because you have to see the man has star power. Star power overtakes ageism and all the rest of that stuff.
Yeah, it definitely does.
All right, let's see. So you touched upon that you've been in this industry for pretty long. So let's talk a bit about your musical journey before stepping into the podcast.
Oh, I was a manager. No, first I was a promoter. I promoted parties in college, Morgan State. Mm. Then I graduated to promoting concerts. And I wouldn't say concerts, they were called performances. So I booked Jay-Z and Foxy, but they would be in a club. It wasn't in an arena, so it was a performance. So I graduated to doing that. Then I ran into my godbrother. He managed Ja Rule at the time, in a Hard Knock Life tour after party. And he told me when I graduated, I could get on. It wasn't like that, so I wound up being at the Murder Inc. for like a year because I was from Southside and then 50's from Southside, and I knew 50, it wasn't a comfortable position. The leader of the label didn't want me there, so I had to leave from there. Then I got lucky, I started dealing with, I had a relationship with Kamala Gordon. through Nell Pla. She was a publisher for Warner Chappell. She put me with Rock Wilder. And during the middle of that time, I got some writers called Big Draws. I landed a producer named Lauren Dawson that did. Lauren was really who put me on and saved me. Because he got with Corey Rooney and enabled us to make money, and I learned how to do publishing deals. And then from there, that's how I got Rock Wilder. And then, started managing, got record deals for people, managed Maya for a short amount of time, opened up the doors at Rock Nation with an artist, a singer-songwriter named Range, managed a couple producers with Tata for a short amount of time. So that just basically was the journey, and it just led me to the industry crashing, kinda, you know what I'm saying? And I went back to nightlife, because Clue is one of my best friends. So I started getting money like that. And then as I was getting money like that, DJing and all that other different type of stuff, I met my wife, started doing other stuff. Then she closed the lounge down, and thus I'm back on the road working with Clue, and I bump into Hynaken at the Bryson Tiller concert.
Okay.
That's it in a 2-minute nutshell.
All right, and Hynaken, so before This Is 50 and Bagfuel, what was your first gig in the music biz?
Still media. I was really trying to get into the producer world and engineering world. And so we was just doing promo runs, and from doing media on college radio. It was just, and I was just meeting so many people. And they're like, yo, we're hearing your show. And I'm like, how you hearing our show? We're logged on at this, and this. We had crazy momentum already. And so that was True Stories Radio. You can Google that, probably hundreds of millions of views on that, real shit. And we were just doing that. And that's what led me to This Is 50. I built a partnership with WorldStar. I was one of the first few people that was putting content up there that was rivaling Hot 97, Power 105, Shade 45, to the point Angela Yee had recommended me for Global Grind to meet with Russell Simmons. There's like this guy, he's not affiliated with anybody, and everyone's using his content as talking points for these big shows. And it's like, who are you with? I'm like, nobody. Yeah. I just caught the WorldStar wave. And then from there, I went into This Is 50 because of a young girl by the name of Maya the B.
Sorry.
Yeah. And Beasley from Smack's partner, he had recommended me. So when she had got her situation there, they were just like, yo, this guy's self-contained, go in there. So I was already doing a lot of content for 2-3 years by myself. I had every interview you could think of. Like, boom, that's really it. And then my whole career is on the internet.
On the internet.
So that's why I can talk, anything I can say is backed up. I can be like, oh, you're lying. Here you go. Here you go. Even how I met all the rappers. Here you go.
Hold on, let me stop. Let me make sure I don't mess up.
I got you. Oh, man.
I gotta fix this. All right. Going back to you. All
What's
right.
up?
No, it's going back to Esso. My bad.
Oh, okay.
All right, so Esso, tell us about teaming up with DJ Clue. That's what they were saying Clue was earlier.
Yeah.
For air pollution, how did that partnership come to be?
Oh, when I was on, me and Clue was supposed to have a show. I was supposed to be on a show with Clue. His best friend, Aton Sugarman, is a big restaurateur in New York City. His best friends is Derek Jeter and Justin Timberlake and Clue. So they were gonna do a show with him and Clue, and I was supposed to be the third wheel. No lie, I swear to God. Yo, you talk 2 times, whatever. Which was around the same time me and Hynaken was trying to launch Bagfuel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was supposed to be, I didn't know what their show was gonna be. They were just gonna have high-end guests like Gary Vee, Derek Jeter, and then we were supposed to talk or whatever. That never came to fruition. So while that wasn't coming to fruition, we was going steam ahead with Bagfuel. Corona hit, blase blah. When I got on Math Show, Clue didn't even know Math Show wasn't Bagfuel. Because he's not into this world.
Yeah.
He thought it was all Bagfuel on some real shit. So when he found out that it wasn't Bagfuel, he was like, oh, we need to do a show. And I was like, I ain't gonna do no show right now because I'm on this show with Mav and I still got Bagfuel with Hynaken. I ain't gonna
And ate at the table too.
And ate at the table, I was on that show, but as far as having shows and saying, I never felt like Ate at the Table was my show.
Yeah.
I felt like a cast member. How he came in the Mav show, although it was his show, that felt more like my show than anything we did with Ate at the Table, because it was all of us every day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it was on a plane here, but when we got on, it took a whole nother trajectory. So nobody really cared about the old shit.
Yeah.
Everybody was worried about the new shit because it was new guests, 21 Savage and that. So I looked at that as like, I'm a part of this show. I'm a part of this greatness. You know what I'm saying? But within all of that, when we stopped getting a call back for the other show, Clue's thing was, I'm not gonna see you looking crazy. So whether your other show takes off or not, I'll do a show with you so people will understand you have your rightful place in this shit, because you're really good at this shit. So that's how the show really came about. We didn't know what Bagfuel was gonna do because me and Hynaken was arguing about Bagfuel for the whole time we was on Mav shit. Y'all wanna do Bagfuel? No, SO, we don't need to do Bagfuel. So we didn't know where it was gonna go, and we needed a cameraman. Contrary to what people think, Space Ghost didn't leave the show with us.
Yeah.
He left the show after we was gone. So when he left the show after we was gone, he already was filming Bagfuel. We was already shooting Bagfuel, and he was shooting it as well.
Yeah.
So he was shooting both the shows. It didn't matter at that time. So when we decided to do the air pollution, I expressed to Clue that the only way I could do the show with him is if Space Ghost filmed the show and Hynaken produced the show. And they agreed to it, and that's how it came about.
Okay. All right. So you guys were both part of my expert opinion with Mass Pop Up. Can you share how the collaboration happened and the reason behind the split?
I've known Math like 15, 16 years. When I spoke to you prior, when I started my run, he was one of the people that was instrumental, because I did the interview. His story was great at the time. World Star took the interview, took the freestyle, and we all really started having this camaraderie because we were all around the same age and we're really getting our foot off the ground. So now I would see him here and there all the time, but we was all together for like 2 years, and then everybody, you know, goes their separate way. So when I see him doing my expert opinion, I'm like, okay, I'm watching. I'm like, this is really good content. And Esso is big on marketing. He's like, yo, we got to go on other shows. We got to merge with other people. That's going to help spread our vibe, get our name out there, different audience. I said, my man is doing this barbershop show. This shit is really about to be banging. I was like, we gonna be on this. He's like, all right, this was a year before we even got on.
Yeah.
So, but I'm not jumping the gun. I'm just reposting it to do. And I told him, I said, whenever you got free space and nobody shows up, I'd love to come through. He said, what are you doing tonight? I said, I'm on my way. And Esso came with me. At that time, Corona was heavy, so he had a mask on. And this is all on footage. And so at the end of the show, he's like, hey, what do you want to promote? I said, Bagfuel. He said, yo, you know, where's Esso at? You should have bought him. He's funny. I said, he's right over there. I don't know what it is with this guy. For some strange reason, people can't recognize him. Like, Jay-Z doesn't recognize him, even though he's known him. Nas, all these people.
That's happened to me, so I can understand. It's happened to me.
So it happens a lot.
They don't know. It's still people that don't know it's me.
Yeah, but when they say his name, they're like, that's not him. But to go back to it, so then Mav kept calling me a couple of times, kept doing the thing, and one day Mecca had to go do something. He had a big emergency, and Esso sat in the chair, and
that was it.
That was it. And then that day we went. 3 things we spoke about went mega viral. It wasn't just 3 episodes, 3 subject matters. Because Math was like, yo, you know, we don't have no guests. Can anybody come up with topics? That's my specialty. So I was like, we're gonna talk about this, this, and this.
Viagra cures COVID was one of them.
Yep. The fake blue check.
The fake blue check, we went super duper viral. When we exposed everybody with the fake blue check, we went super duper dumb viral.
And I think something with
That's our most viral moment. That and You Love Them.
Yeah.
But You Love Them didn't go viral on Instagram.
Nah,
You Love Them only went viral on YouTube.
That shit was iconic, but that's pretty much. And then the split, honestly, he just...
But just so y'all know, before you tell the split, I accompanied him to the show.
Yeah.
Because that's what we do. That's what he left out, what people got to understand. Nobody was sitting and waiting in the wings for an opportunity to get on the show. I did 8 at a table for 2 years and some change. He was at every show except 1 or 2. And he never did the show. So that's not our thing. So when I was going to do it, it just so happened that dude had to go somewhere and he asked me and I was like, okay. And it wasn't even nothing. Like, I didn't get into things like, this is my opportunity. I just do what I do, no matter where I'm at on the show. So I just wanted to say that before people be like, oh, they was waiting in the wing. Go ahead. And then the split.
Then, in regards to the split, we said it on so many shows. Short summary, Math wanted to go in a different direction and he didn't call us back. Pure, plain and simple. And at the end of the day, when I last had my conversation with Math, I said, bro, it's the Math Hoffa show. It's not my expert opinion. And I didn't say that to insult him. I'm like, this is your baby. So if this is what you want to do, I understand. He's like, no, it's my expert opinion. I say, you're Math. You're 6'4", you're this, you're lit, you're getting money. They always gonna say that. And I know, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what it is. It's his show. So if that's his decision, we kept it moving.
So it's fair to say that financial aspects didn't play a role in departure.
To be honest, no, that was happening.
That was happening.
But no, that didn't have nothing to do with us leaving. Like, nah.
Okay. So who are your top 1 or 2 people who haven't worked with you yet, but are eager to collaborate with? So you choose 1 or 2 people.
But I'm eager to collaborate with them with?
Yeah, so you haven't.
Oh, I got my 2 already. I already know.
Go for
Did you want to say?
Beyonce. He knows that. And Beyonce. There's nobody else for me. My other one, if it would be a third, would be J. Cole.
If
I want to talk to people who don't really talk to nobody.
Yeah.
Shannon Sharp. I think that would be an amazing conversation with the 3 of us. And 50 Cent.
50 Cent.
Yeah.
And Hove. Hove too.
Hove.
Like 1 or 2 ain't enough. Like, cause Hove, we would.
Oh, it would go insane with Hove.
Hove shit would be so dumb.
It would be different.
Because people want to have Hove on the show for hits.
Yeah.
Right? How we do our thing is, I'm not doing nothing for hits. I'm hoping to hit naturally.
Yeah, naturally.
What people don't understand about Bagfuel, which I got to keep explaining to people, is because they be like, yo, stop cutting the people off, stop doing this. It's not an interview. It's a conversation. So if you're having a conversation in your living room, nobody sits there and says, okay, I'm gonna wait till you finish your point. And then I'm gonna come in. No, niggas like, nah, my nigga, no, I don't, you know what I'm saying? That's what people gotta understand. And I don't think nobody has ever sat down with Hove and just let him have a conversation. Not about the what's going on in the music world. Yo, you believe in Area 51? Yo, bro, what we gonna do if an alien really come down?
Yeah.
Is this
Hove, is your bunker big enough for the lit niggas?
Come on, a bunker. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
nobody's asking, nobody's talking to anybody. Everybody's just like, yo, what happened? What were you thinking when this happened? Yo, how did you feel when that occurred? To me, that's trash. I don't want to sit there and listen to an interviewer. There's very few people that have entertaining interviews. Let's keep it real. Very few. So you're sitting there like this. Who wants to do that?
Yeah.
So that's why I said the people that we would sit down, Beyonce, yo, let's drink some champagne, let's get to it. I don't want to talk about no music. I don't want to ask you no Jay-Z concert.
First question, you know what? First question I would ask Beyonce. You still got the lifetime Popeyes card? When the last time you used it?
You know what I would ask her? What do you really like to do? Not what the people think singing, man. What do you really like? Do you go bowling, my nigga?
I think she likes volunteer being a mom.
You know what I'm saying? But see, you don't know. That's why that's the question.
Yes.
You got me? That's the conversation. Oh, you like to play chess, you can't fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of conversation. Oh my God, you cursed around Beyonce. Beyonce cursed?
Yeah. I mean, listen, one time we got Trayvon Martin's mom to talk about porn with us.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah, so we have
Shout out to her. She invited us down to Florida.
Yeah.
She go to the beach. She a beach bum like me. And that's real. Trayvon Martin's mom's was a real one. She was cool. As a fan. Yeah, like we talked to a lot of people that...
We had the mayor going crazy before he was the mayor.
Yeah.
Oh, he was going crazy. If anybody ever pulls up that interview...
Yo, he was going nuts.
Nuts.
They ain't found our interview. And
trust me.
And what's scary is, what y'all need to know is he was going to hire us to be on his staff to run his social media.
Yeah.
Wow. Fun fact.
And somebody threw a monkey wrench in that.
Yeah.
Piggly Wiggly, I got my eye on you.
So, have you guys ever toyed with the idea of starting a record label or management company?
Next question.
Not even playing.
Next question.
That's like saying I want to eat stress.
Next question.
All right. In my opinion, in your opinion, what's missing in today's music scene that's impacting the balance between talent and popularity?
Budget and collaboration. They don't have to give you no budget, and you need a budget to collaborate with people who are really good. Even with the small deal, like we got a deal that might be coming through this week. Even with the small deal, and this is something that he never used to, like, he asked a question on the phone that I would normally ask, and I started smiling. He was like, yo, what's up with the travel?
Yeah.
Before, he wasn't giving a fuck about no travel. He was thinking whenever people come here, we're gonna get them and all that. And I was like, nah, we gotta go to motherfuckers. So when he said, what's up with the travel? And she was like, yeah,
Oh, she rolled out. I said, okay, we get this.
Y'all can't fly first class, but we're gonna send y'all, and y'all have y'all hotel room
and your car rental.
And your car rental.
I said, all right, shorty. I said, all right, we gonna talk to our lawyer. Don't. They're gonna be like, oh, it's time to call these niggas.
So how do you guys view the industry's evolution with social media rise compared to pre-social media?
I was gonna say this on another show, but I could say it here. It's a twofold thing. I'm gonna combine what Esso said and what Metro Boomin said to give you an understanding of what's about to happen with this climate. Esso would always say, diversify, diversify, diversify. Metro Boomin said, artists can no longer do that stupid, mysterious thing. I don't do interviews and I don't do this. What's about to happen now, no longer will you be able to be a media personality and not have another thing. So to reference, if you're a basketball player, I'm a great dunker. Are you a great passer?
Yeah.
So now, if you're a media personality or a rapper, you gotta be entertaining, or you gotta own a company, you gotta do something. Podcasters now, in the next 5 years, you're gonna have to be a triple threat, pardon me. So you're gonna have two things going at the same time, and that's gonna go into even life, because you're gonna have men and women saying, so what you do a show? Do you sell drugs? Can you fly a plane? We're getting so consumed with being multi-talented and facet. That's where I think the direction is going. Pre-social media, you had to have great relationships and you had to be fucking nice.
Yeah.
Now this internet, if you catch a quick wave, it blurs the lines a little bit. That's my perspective on it.
Okay.
Oh, well, I mean, prior to this, that's when I made the most of my money. So I know what the difference was. You needed to have bigger budgets. That was the biggest thing. is the budget. You know what I mean? Without a budget, you couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
So now you can survive, and you think you can try to get yourself a wave if you're lucky, without a budget for reposting and TikToking and all the rest of that.
Jumping the line.
That's different, you know what I'm saying? So that's a difference that you can create, but what they don't understand is even when you're creating that way of putting that stuff up, you still need money to market and promote. That's what the record labels was doing for you. That's the budget. The marketing and the promo was sending you to the awards and paying for this stuff and doing these type of things. Now on the other end of it with the social media thing and what we're doing with the YouTube and the podcasting, I think that's why I'm getting a lot of resistance from people because of what he just said about diversification. And when I came into this space, I used to argue with him and other people and say, nobody's doing what I'm doing. And they would argue me down. I swear to God, like, everybody's selling merch. We've been doing that. I'm like, that's not what I'm doing. What I'm doing is I'm bringing the music business philosophy as a rapper to being a YouTuber. So now a YouTuber could wear dusty fucking sweat scullies. They could wear the same thing over and over and over again.
It'll just be content.
Listen, you can't do that no more. Now you in trouble.
Yeah, you gotta be a fashion model.
You gotta be more. That's why he's walking the mountain. That's why I go bike riding. And that's been a part of the plan, not the scheme for us, the plan. I always talk about a plan. You have to plan, yo, what do I want to do? I want to be on radio. I want to do voiceovers. I want to sell clothes. I want to be the #1 podcaster and YouTuber. I want to run a record label. And I set out to do that shit.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Diversification.
Nobody was doing that. So now when they're looking at the space, it's like, yo, I'm in trouble. And then Jim Jones said, I fucked the game up. And he said, yo, because everybody else is a big rapper that everybody follow. He said, you and Heineken the only niggas that's not rappers. And now people think they could be you. That's the issue. They didn't think they could be Buttons. They didn't think they could be Nori. They didn't think they could be Math or Gilly or Wallow. But they think they could be us.
Yeah.
That's the change.
Yep.
Okay. So if you can bring back one element in today's hip hop scene, what would it be?
Collaboration.
I think what I would bring back, and I saw J. Cole do this, because of Pro Tools and everything being digital, and Esso can tell you because he's in the studio with these artists, the fact that you can do a song from New York and LA, to take his point, everybody being in the studio.
That's collaboration.
Yeah, that's how I look at it.
That's what you would bring back.
Yeah,
only
organically.
You don't even collaborate with the producer no more. So if you really like somebody, say if it's Dirk and Little Baby, because they really cool with each other, they'll go in the studio, but they're not gonna have the producer there.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be true collaboration.
Yeah.
True collaboration is where you got the biggest records and the biggest everything.
Yep.
But collaboration takes time. And right now niggas want to just throw that shit on the wall.
And keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
Yeah. All right. Have you guys ever contemplated taking Bagfuel on a global tour?
Before the shit was conceptualized, that was the plan already. He just said it. What? We've already spoken with this nation and that nation and
Oh man, chill. Chill. Yeah, we was trying to, I don't think we're global yet, although we have fans in a lot of other countries and stuff. But I don't think our following is big enough to do something global, but we definitely could do something within 16 cities of the United States, definitely. Our core fan base definitely is in Boston, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, Philly, Maryland, DC, Virginia, Atlanta, California.
Cali.
You know what I'm saying? But then when you go out west, it's scattered around. People know us, but I wouldn't say we big out west. And what people got to understand, when we coming back with this year, I'm going to let this cat out the bag. The reason why we regional is because we was focusing on here.
Yeah.
Now we're about to focus on down south and the West Coast as well, to bring those people into this knowledge.
Encapsulate,
So they can understand we not just for the East Coast, New Yorker and all that. We're for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So looking ahead to what's next on the horizon for Esso, Hynaken, and Bagfuel, what do you feel like is next? I know we talked about a very lot, but what do you think will be 2024, January 1st?
Bigger platform.
That's it. Yeah.
You should see us on some major, and one you might expect us. Nah, I don't think you would expect us to be on either one of them.
One. I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
This other one. Oh my nigga. If the hammer hits,
It's gonna change the game.
they're gonna be like, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. But you know,
It's bigger platform.
let me tell you something. It's so real. My mom's is Haitian. She already told me, nigga, listen, give me $500, right? I'm gonna buy a cow. Yeah, I'm gonna sacrifice it.
He Haitian.
Right? To feed her villages, because she's like the big honcho in her town, right? And she runs like these cockfighting rings and stuff like that. It's a big business down there. She's like, I'm gonna sacrifice the cow. It's gonna be for the whole family and your partner too, because my mom, she likes drinking a lot. So every time he get liquor, he be like, this for your moms, this for your moms.
I'm scared of his moms. I'm scared of voodoo and all that.
Yeah, no. She's like, yo, she's gonna be down there for New Year. She already got her guns ready to shoot in the air to get.
Man,
so
relax. We might get the call on Monday.
Yo, but that's how ill it is.
It's a big platform. We can't say. I would say just to promote it. But in case it doesn't come to fruition as fast or whatever, but it's not nothing. See, we're not a
versatile.
We're not a platform where we only talk about music.
Yeah.
We can talk about sports, clothes, politics, family,
That's a conversation.
cars, pizza, food. You know what I'm saying? You have a conversation you don't have to know everything. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole point of it. It makes it simpler. You know what I mean? So within those conversations, people on these bigger platforms have said that we can bridge the gap with hip hop and these other platforms. You know what I'm saying? And that's where bridging the gap is being able to do what Ish from Joe Button. Shout out to Ish. It said, people can't talk about all the stuff that we talk about.
Yeah.
He said, that's the beauty of Bagfuel. He said, y'all can talk about other things and really know what these things got going on and lead people in the right direction.
So before I start to end this, I actually have a question that probably we didn't get to, but
What's up?
why did you guys pick the name Bagfuel?
I have nothing to do with that. When that name was conceptualized, I disliked it. I didn't give a fuck about it. I was like, what the fuck is this shit?
It's lit now.
Yeah.
Guess what?
I have to tell that story, though.
Everybody hated my stage name.
I hated it, too.
Clue hated it.
I was like, the fuck are you doing?
They tried to change my name.
Yes. I was there.
All types
He didn't have the
stuff.
long hair. He had the bald. He's like, I'm growing my hair. I said, what? I said, what are you doing, bro?
I said, I gotta grow my hair. He said, why people know you like that? I said, ain't no chicks checking for me.
Yeah.
He said, who cares? You're about to be married. I said, that's not the point. Women gotta be wanting to check for you to watch the show.
Yeah.
So if I'm not getting a response that I'm normally getting from women, I gotta do something else with this shit. I'm gonna grow this hair back. And it was just a curly fro that I started getting a response, and then Corona hit, and I didn't want to go to the barber.
Yeah.
So I just had to let it grow. But Bagfuel came from me and my god sister on some real shit. We was talking and like I'm a think tank person. I like to smoke and talk and think. Even if I'm not with him, I'll roll up and be like, yo, my nigga, like, let's talk. We talk all day. So we driving across the Williamsburg Bridge, and I said, yo, I want this shit to be something about money. Because that's what I said, that's what's gonna catch young niggas and people's attention. They gotta be about money. And I was like, everybody say, and this is when this shit was fresh. Yo, the nigga, get into the bag. Get into the bag, the bag, the bag. So I was like, yo, really, it gotta be bag something. Bag something. And she looked at the gas something. It was something going across the Williamsburg Bridge. And she was like, what about fuel? And I was like, Bagfuel. I said, fueling young minds to get to the bag.
Because I remember the day he told me the name, right? We was in person. He said, I got the name for the show.
No, I called you.
No, it was in person. Because I'm going to tell you why. He's like, Bagfuel. And I was like this. He said, he could be like, you ain't. I said, you ain't feeling my shit. Yeah. I was like, but part of my success, why I've been able to maintain for so long, I don't really shoot down any ideas. I just, even how when I first got on the scene with content, everybody was doing interviews a certain way visually. And my good friend Pusha K was like, put B-roll in it. Put pictures and videos, and that put us ahead of everybody. Now you can't do that no more, because with all the licensing and commercials and stuff like that, UMG will yank your shit down. They've demonetized 10 of my channels already. But so when I was like, fuck it, why not? Let's go with it, see how it goes. And it's here now, but I'm not gonna rewrite history and act like, yeah, I was on board. Get the fuck out of here.
All right, so what piece of positive advice would you offer to young aspirants in the music and podcast world?
I don't want to be cliche and say don't stop, but I think the best thing with this, unless you're naturally talented, like really talented, do like what everybody else do. Study it, look at it, and see what you're gonna bring that's different. Because think about what he said with the name of the show and how people ask questions. Yeah. But that was just organically him being different from everybody else. Because now everyone's in this space. It's cluttered, it's fucked up. If you interview the same person with 10 different people, 8 of them are gonna have the same questions. Yeah. So instead of trying to be first to put the interview out, how you gonna give a different experience?
Okay.
Make a plan and stick to it.
There you go.
Like that. All right, so thanks for joining us, guys. Where can fans or supporters connect with you on social media?
You can go on Instagram, and my Instagram is ESSOWRLD. And on Instagram, you can find us at Bagfuel, BAGFUEL. Same way on YouTube.
Yep.
You find Hynaken, HYNAKEN, on Instagram. If you go to our grams, everything is basically there.
Yeah.
All right, any last or final shout-outs, anyone?
Thank you.
No, I want to shout out, we don't really shout out people and things that's going on, but I just want to shout out the people that's been supporting us. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people that, too many to name, but I think the people that know who I am and how I roll, you know I'm talking about you, because we got a village that rock with us.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's increasing. It's
increasing fast, but I got to thank somebody like AZ for keeping his word and giving us a big interview to end the year with. I got to thank my wife for being there. You know what I'm saying? My daughter's been my inspiration for years. And I always thank Hynaken for putting me on to this. Like I told him, I dropped a tear the other day saying I don't know what I would do right now. So I'm thankful for Hynaken too.
Thanks, guys. So a huge thank you from us here at Industry 21.